Learning Target 4 is all about word problems, and we've got two of them for you here that have quadratic equations in their setups. The first question, 8, is about a rectangle whose area is 42 inches, and we need to find the value of x. One thing we know about rectangles is that their area is equal to length times width. And here I'm going to say the length is equal to x plus 8, and the width is x minus 3. In our setup, we're going to plug into A equals L times W, but we know that the area is 42 inches. 42 is equal to length, which is L, it's x plus 8. I'm going to put it in parentheses. And the width is x minus 3. That's all there is to the setup. We're going to go to a graphing calculator to figure out what the answer actually is. So what we're going to do is we're going to say y equals 42. That was the area of the rectangle. And we're also going to say y is equal to those two factors that we had before. That is x plus 8 and x minus 3. And you'll notice that the purple one, the one that has a factored form equation, makes a parabola. That's not a surprise. We know quadratics do that. And the green one, the y equals 42, made a horizontal line. That also shouldn't be a surprise. We studied that a long time ago. Horizontal lines have that format, y equals some number. So we get two intersection points, meaning negative 11 is one of those solutions because that's one of the x-coordinates of the intersection, and then the other x-coordinate is 6. That indicates that our two solutions to this quadratic equation are negative 11 and 6. And I'm going to write that out, but there's a little bit more to it than that. And the issue that we're going to run into here has to do with the negative 11. And the negative 11 is a little bit weird here, because if we're considering negative 11, like imagine you take x plus 8 and you plug in negative 11 into that. We would get negative 11 plus 8, and that is negative 3, right? But you can't have a length that's a negative number. That's not a thing in geometry. You can't have a side that has negative length. It's just not a thing. So negative 11 cannot be one of the solutions. But if we think about it, 6 certainly can. We can plug 6 into the length, giving 14. We can plug 6 into the width, giving 3. So 6 is totally okay. Once we've eliminated negative 11 as one of the possible solutions, it means the only allowed solution is going to be 6. And since it's actually just one number in the solution set, I'm going to get rid of the curly brackets. It's just one solution. X equals 6 is that mystery value of x. In question number 9, this is a consecutive integer problem. It says, find two consecutive positive integers such that their sum of the squares is 25. I'm going to write kind of formal let statements for this. We're going to say let x equal the first number, and because they're consecutive numbers, the next one is just whatever number comes after x. So the second number is x plus 1. Let x equal the second number. And what we know is that their squares add together, because sum is a keyword for plus, their squares add together to make 25. In other words, x squared plus the next number, x plus 1, squared equals 25. And once again here, we're going to go into Desmos, and we're going to type this thing out. X squared plus, and I'll do parentheses, x plus 1 squared. And this time I'm not going to do two separate lines. I'm just going to write equals 25, and you'll see what happens. This creates two big vertical lines. And that vertical line, those two vertical lines, their x-intercepts are the two solutions. -4 and +3. I'll write the solution set out, but once again, we're going to have to consider which of those solutions doesn't make any sense. And the problem even says right here, it's supposed to be consecutive positive integers. Right, consecutive positive integers. That -4 is no good. It's not a positive integer. Our only answer is going to be 3. And what that means is that you're looking at the first number is 3 and the second number is 4. And those are your two numbers. Hope you found it useful.